It's uncanny, isn't it? Help with sunglasses.
I'm sleeping right now. Where are you going?
I'm going to go get myself sunglasses because it was pouring buckets when I left this morning and I forgot.
Let me get sunglasses again. Here in Dallas, we knew it. We got that window now. Sunshine is always. Plus the golf course is coming here. It's starting from the year. So in Dallas. Well, here we are looking down from our hotel window, and you'll never guess what we're looking at. I'll pan back, and you'll see there's the bottom, the base of a high obelisk. There's a pool down there. There's the courtyard where you drive in front of the hotel, and the obelisk goes straight up.
It's got pelicans and abalone shells all around it.
It's the top of the obelisk, and then we can see the big buildings right in downtown San Diego.
Well,
There's the San Diego Bank building over there, obviously. It's got a sign on it that says so. Beautiful morning. This is Sunday morning. Sunday morning, November what, dear?
11th.
11th.
Veterans Day, someplace like that.
What's that down there? That's a park. Is that the park we walked around last night?
No, that's McDonald's courtyard. That's a McDonald's, that low building down there, but they can't have any golden arches because of the area. So if you can see inside the window, there are little golden arch symbols.
No, I can't see inside the window. Okay. What are we looking
So down there where you see the shiny glass roof, the curved roof area, it's about 1 block. To your right, we're going to take you down there tonight, is Horton Plaza. And I will bet you there are 1,000 shops in there. There are eateries, all of California's famous department stores, Nordstrom's, Broadway, Robinson's, they're all in there, Eddie Bauer, you name it, it's in there. And eateries that you cannot believe, every kind of food you could imagine, a beautiful outdoor atmosphere, and we're going to go up on the rooftop tonight, and you can look out all over San Diego and see it lit.
Okay.
This is the outside of the hotel. Just wanted to show you some of the interesting curvatures and everything, and there's the fountain. And I want Dick to shut it off and then move with me just a minute. I want to tape something for Michael. Move over here, Dick. This is for Michael. Right outside of our hotel here is a Dean Witter Reynolds office in case things get bad on Wall Street. The standard of living out here seems pretty high. Maybe he could get his old job back. Okay, over there is a nice, peaceful, quiet park, and see all the beautiful little palm trees all the way around it, fountain in the center. Last night around 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we came walking around there, and I think every derelict in town was hanging out there, so it looks much better by the light of day. And next to it, you can buy tickets to the various theater productions, and if Dick can pan around real slowly to the right, see, now you get yourself under a tree for here. This is the beginning of Horton Plaza, and down inside that white circle over there, there are 2 repertory theaters, and that's one of the places that you buy the tickets for. And this is all little mosaic stones of a tiger and seagulls. I don't know what it all represents. But the place is kind of decorated for Christmas with those big shimmery bows. But this starts, in there are 140 shops. I got exaggerated when I said 1,000. I looked up on the directory and it said 140, but it looks like 1,000. But it's so interesting once you get up in there that we're going to go up inside. It's all pink and coral.
Tell them about the Mexican food.
Mexican food is fantastic. If you could watch those Mexicans putting out meals, honest to God, making money hand over fist. There's a place in
constantly swarming with people. That's the point. We're here before they open to try to get a look at it. Wow.
You're going too fast. Here's the nature store. Well, you have, I think they have one of these down in the old port area.
So we're walking up to the top level now, in case you don't recognize. What you're looking at is the stairway, and this is Mexican tile.
You're a little carried away with color.
Carry away with color here?
Yeah.
There's the directory up there.
Okay, let's go.
Lori finally found a store in here that fits the needs of her and her whole family. Great American Short Stories. You coming here tomorrow? Coming here tomorrow. This is a clothing store for short women. 5'3" and under, right? What are you looking at, honey?
This is a bird of paradise, and it grows out here all over the place in California, wild everywhere. And Jim Clark's mother used to have these all around her trailer. They cost about $5 to $7 a piece if you go into a florist to buy them. But
Wow, that looks like a bird, huh?
because we have to get them from here in Hawaii, and aren't they pretty? They're blue and they're purpley blue and orange. Maybe you want to pull it a little closer. Can you get a close up of it?
Here's another shot of it, up close. Okay, we're looking for an opinion here. This is one of the walls that kind of dominates this plaza. One of us thinks it's pretty neat, and another one thinks it isn't very pretty.
All little ceramic tiles.
All ceramic tiles. So what's your vote? Hard to get the whole thing in the camera at once. Good general idea.
These are bougainvillea. They grow all over California. Again, they grow wild out here, too. Not so easy to grow in the East Coast. I've got one in my bedroom, and they suffer below 55 degrees, so you have to have a very, very warm room and fertilize them every other day. Well, look at how beautiful they do out here naturally. But we got a treat to show you.
I can't turn it across.
Just read that. I want to stop and tell them something about it.
Yes, go ahead.
This is the Boston and Maine Fish Company, and they have Maine clams with the bellies and a fried clam platter, and they have New England clam chowder. The guy who owns it, we talked to him last night. He's from Boston, and Dick wanted to know why you didn't have fried clams in a little cardboard carton you could walk around here and eat, but he didn't, and he said the people around here wouldn't go for that. So we didn't eat there last night because we were stuffed from the airplane, but when we got next door, this is La Salsa. This is where we had, I had a soft taco last night, and Dick just couldn't resist having nachos, even though they're not on any low-fat diet that I know of. Okay,
Yep.
I don't know whether Dick's gotten to it, but there's Nordstrom's.
Where?
Nordstrom's
no,
department store. One of the most prestigious stores in the West Coast. I can't wait to get to it tomorrow.
Looking out beyond it, you can see out into the harbor practically from here.
Just scenery, just scenery.
In fact, I'm standing on one of those long telescopes for scenic view out in the distance. But right now I'm just trying to give an idea of how things all fit together in this kind of an architectural jungle in here. Different stores.
Okay, now stop and go this way. We start off with a 50s style grill that we used to have back in the 50s, stainless steel. I'm going to eat in this middle place with the green awnings tomorrow. And then they've painted a village over there on the wall.
Haven't gone to it yet.
Oh, well, he'll get to it.
This is there now.
Okay, that's a village that's all been painted in Mexican style, old Mexican style. And a Chinese restaurant next door to that. And then another place I'm going to eat, the California Bar and Grill over here, under the dome.
Yeah, we haven't really seen the dome. Here's the dome that she's talking about. Now I'm pointing up a little bit. I'm going to pan back, and you'll see our hotel in the background pretty soon. What is it, the trestle kind of thing?
Yeah, what's supposed to look like as the buttresses of a bridge. And there's the Omni Hotel, and that's
You
where
can
we're
just barely
staying.
see the name behind it.
But you could reach out the windows and touch this place. You couldn't have parked me in a better spot, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's our hotel right there. The building I'm looking
Now
at
let's go look at the ocean.
Here's another shot to pinpoint the hotel in case it didn't come out before. That's a pretty building.
Except that we're staying in.
Well, it's a big building that curves. This new building on the horizon is a Marriott Hotel. We're now looking out over toward the San Diego Bay. I'm going to pan over on my far right. We're going to come to what we think is an aircraft carrier. But this is we're still over at the
Shopping center.
shopping plaza, and we're looking down from corner, top floor, that overlooks the bay. And there I think you can see out what we think is probably certainly a large warship. Probably, I'm not sure it's an aircraft carrier or not. Sitting out there in San Diego Bay.
We'll see better views of San Diego Bay later on today than this. Say it's at least 6 or 8 stories. They've dug a hole, excavated all the way around to dig a foundation for a building that's going to be a high-rise, obviously. So granted, you have to get its feet firmly planted on the ground.
This is right next door to the
Shopping area, really.
shopping area.
It's the biggest hole I've ever seen.
Like another big building going up right next door.
This is the outdoor pool. It goes with our hotel, but neither one of us brought our bathing suits because we're really not that much for water. Kind of
Pan up to the left, you can see the Dean Witter building. They're still in business out here. I'm trying to get a perspective on a few of the stores here. I can't really tell from whether the sun is blanching us out or not. It certainly is not easy for me where I'm standing with the sun, but it might be okay for you.
Peggy, this is right in the heart of the financial district, as you can see by looking around at all the different banks and everything here. What a place to work. What a lunch hour a person could have. Honest, you two have got to get to California. To hell with the Caribbean. This is really nice. All your favorite stores are here. God, if it isn't here, it isn't made. I'm sorry, Michael.
The other side of that, on the list or whatever, shows the head of the tire, also in the tire. Sitting in the shopping center. So Lyceum, that's there, is one floor down, is where you buy tickets for the theater. There's actually Shakespearean plays that go on there. Some kind of play. In the other direction, what?
I think this is where Lana Turner is from.
All right, so this is a pharmacy and old-fashioned ice cream bar. This is where Lana Turner was discovered.
Not this particular one, but this chain.
Certainly, this one was only built in about 3 years ago.
4 years ago.
It's not open yet.
We'll wait.
Yeah, here you can see the Lyceum, and I really wasn't kidding about the Shakespeare's plays here, and there's a number of other shows you can buy tickets for. It's like a ticket office to buy tickets. I'm not sure whether the theater is down there also. I suspect it probably is. Who's that in that big chair?
It's Lori, and I'm 5. And I can sit here if I want. My father told me to sit here and not leave. Isn't this the biggest chair you ever saw?
In the lobby, it's got these chairs that could pass for small
Sofa.
sofas. Sitting in the front door, getting ready. We're waiting for our bus to go to SeaWorld. There is some concern about whether we're running out of batteries for our camera.
Not to worry.
Not to worry. So we finally arrived at SeaWorld, and this is the entrance gate. We just passed through one of those gates, and there's a big fountain to greet you. And now we're going to be moving up into the park. This is kind of the viewer's first encounter as we come in. Here we go. What are we looking at here?
Here's a weeping fig just like we have home in our homes, but filled with berries.
Filled with berries?
Yeah,
What does that mean? Those are figs?
yeah. I guess so.
So the berries would be the figs, in other words.
I guess so.
Now, through the opening there, we're looking at the stadium is filling up. That's the Marine Stadium there, is that right?
The Marine Mammal Stadium.
Marine Mammal Stadium. We're going to take a walk over there right now.
See a show.
We're going to see the show, a dolphin show. While I got the camera on, let's look around here and see some of the scenery. It's gorgeous. Turns into a gorgeous day. SeaWorld, of course. And we're just beginning to move around. This is, by the way, a symbol, I guess, of SeaWorld. You can see this from all over San Diego. Big spire. And what you see here, of course, is a symbol of impatience. See, while I was taking a picture of the spire, my better half aspired to keep moving. Well, we just got to our seats and we're waiting for the show to begin. There's a dolphin over there somewhere. One over there just kind of rolling around in the water. This is up in the air again after the crash.
People don't want to see that.
Sun is beating right on his face, so it's going to be uncomfortable before we're done. The dolphins flow like it's ready for a show.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to see is a very special and unique form of presentation. We have brought together a group of unusual animal stars, many of them making their performing debut here at SeaWorld. We are delighted that you could join us to meet our new friends.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful Marine Mammal Stadium. How many of you folks are here at SeaWorld for the very first time? All right, looks like we do have a lot of new and small friends with us. That's important because today, you're in for a very special SeaWorld experience. You see, we brought together a group of unusual animals for the very first time. Now, some of these animals, like the bottlenose dolphin, you might be familiar with, while others, like Cooper, are brand new to our SeaWorld family. Today, you're going to have a chance to meet them all.
Well, probably the most familiar of all whale adoptions are the Atlantic or Pacific bottlenose dolphins. But before you have a chance to meet ours, we're going to introduce you to a very special little animal right here in front of me. Now, this is a Delphinus, and you happen to be one of the only swarming Delphinuses in the country today. Isn't that right, Cooper? Yeah. Now, Delphinuses are pelagic, which means they can be found in deeper, colder waters, whereas bottlenose dolphins can be found in warm coastal waters. So, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Cooper! All right, now we'd like to introduce you to our bottlenose dolphins. Starting out right here in the center of our pool, this is a 5-year-old female, and her name is Misty. And coming up right over here on the left-hand side, we're going to introduce you to a 5-year-old female born right here at SeaWorld. Her name is Seltzer. We're very proud of Seltzer being born right here at SeaWorld. She's one of over 40 bottlenose dolphins born. Through observation and research, we not only have designed a successful breeding program with bottlenose dolphins, but with seals, sea lions, and even the killer whale. But right now, we're going to feature Seltzer and Misty and Eric in a SeaWorld original. We're going to ask Cooper to make his way all the way up there in the side pool. Looks like Cooper's all set. Right now, we're going to feature both bottlenose dolphins and Eric in a SeaWorld original. This is going to take the utmost cooperation between the two dolphins and the trainer. Eric's going to be diving down to the bottom of our pool, and both dolphins will be lining up underneath of him. Looks all set, and there goes Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Misty, Seltzer, and Eric. The underwater overdrive. Well, we did expect to introduce you to actually our largest performer here at Marine Mammal Stadium. She's about 16 feet long and weighs nearly 2,500 pounds. She eats between 90 and 100 pounds of fish and squid each and every day. She's a full-grown pilot whale, and pilot whales are easily recognized by their large bulbous forehead or melon area. Now, this is the area of their body that actually helps facilitate their echolocation, which is a type of biosonar that toothed whales dolphins use in their search for food. They may also be able to recognize bubbles by their large, sickle-shaped pectoral flippers. Now, these flippers are located on the sides of their body, and they're used for steering and stopping. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our pilot whale Bubbles. As I said, those pectoral flippers are located on the sides of their body, and they're used for steering and stopping. However, Bubbles has a very special use for hers, and that's to give everybody a great big wave hello. We're going to ask Bubbles to slide all 2,500 pounds up to the shallow portion of our stage. This will give you folks an excellent chance to see what a pilot whale looks like. Whales and dolphins don't have any true vocal cords, however they can make a wide range of sounds we call vocalization. Now they do this by exhaling air out of the blowhole and manipulating the muscular flap of skin that surrounds that area. So Bubbles, when you're set, can we hear what a pilot whale sounds like? churro, Bubbles. But before we say goodbye to Bubbles, we're going to ask her to perform a set of jumps right along the front case of the glass. The first one will be coming up right over here on your right-hand side. There's the signal, and like a bolt of lightning, she's on her way. Now that first one will be coming up right over here on the right. There'll be another one over here on the left. And a final one right here at stage. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bubbles. On other marine mammals. Both these Sinorcas are relatively young. Right now they're about 900 pounds and almost 12 feet in length. When they reach maturity, they can be between 16 and 18 feet and weigh well over 2,000 pounds. Sinorcas also have a very large set of conically shaped teeth. Now they use these teeth for tearing and grasping, and once they bite off a large chunk of prey, they simply swallow it whole. Okay, Nikki, how about all the way out of the glass and give everybody a great big smile. Smile, Nikki. Throughout our day here at SeaWorld, we have many interactions with our whales. And this is where we come up with most of the interactions, actually, the unique behaviors you see in our shows. I'll tell you what, instead of talking about it, I think Scott Harris and the whales would just like to show you how much fun they can have. rope? Patty, you forgot something. Patty Allen's over there on the other side. There we go. Now when we first started training this, we actually had the rope far below the surface of the water. We taught the animals to go over the top. With each successful time over the top, we went ahead and raised it up a couple of inches. So let's set the rope at the height we are today. That looks about right. Okay, you two, are you guys ready? You're on your way. Now let me taking a siding bow over here on the left-hand side. Diving all the way down, up and over. This is Betty and Patty. Great jump, you two. What's wrong, Scott?
Dolphins can jump a lot higher than that. Want to see? No. Let's take that rope all the way to the top.
I don't know, Scott, that's pretty high. That's really high. Looks like the dolphins are all set. They're on their way. Now let me take you that same siding bow in the left-hand corner, diving 28 feet to the bottom. This is Jump and Bucky. Fantastic jump, you two. Well, we not only decided that our white-sided dolphins are very... Hey, you guys, you already had your turn. Well, we've discovered that our... That's cute, guys. Come on back. Well, we've not only discovered that our white-sided dolphins are a very high-energy animal, but they're very social. And as you're about to see, they can be a whole lot of fun. all you folks put your hands together, so cheer on. Looks like they're all ready, and she's on her way. There's that signing now. She's diving 28 feet to the bottom. This is High Flying Lucky. One more time, right here in the center of the pool, our full-grown pilot whale. Her name is Bubbles. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed your stay with us here at Marine Mammal Stadium. Have a great day here at SeaWorld. Bye-bye, everybody.
The wetsuits for you friends are provided by Body Glove.
Listen to them. Hear the noise they're making over here, Dick? And they can't let them move, not you. They must be male and female. See the white around their eyes, and then the others don't have it as much. Hear the noise?
Surprised they're out here. This is warm weather.
Yeah, but these must be a penguin that can bear it out here. See, they've got their wings clipped so they can't go anywhere. Okay, let's go in.
Okay.
We're standing about 6 or 7 feet from that little penguin. His feet are pink and gray, mottledy.
It's only about a foot long, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe 14
No,
inches.
14, 16 inches tall.
Look at here, though.
You need turn it. You get closer. There you go. Recording.
Okay, just in here, you can see emperor penguins standing there, the little baby black and white ones. They make 10,000 pounds of snow a day in this area, just down below, it's all rock and water, and they're swimming, and as you can see, some of them are coming up. Look at these two big emperor penguins standing in the middle. I think they're emperor with that yellow on their head. Look at this little guy right here walking. Wings out for balance. We're on a conveyor belt that's riding us past all this, so hopefully it's not making anyone sick. You can walk up that way if you don't want to ride on the belt. Look at that. Look at the Mr. and Mrs. Big Guy up there. Look at him shake his head now. Look at these conveying over there like they're having a huddle session. Look at this big fat one sitting here in the middle sound asleep. Look at it, stick right there. Laying there flat on the ice.
Watch your step. Be prepared to walk.
What are these, Mark?
Well, there's ducks in there and puffins and penguins. See those ones, the black and white ones flexing their wings on top of that rock? I'm not sure what they are, but they look like they're more related to a penguin than a duck. Maybe you want to walk over in the center with it on. He's feeding birds over there, shrimp or something. The bird's taking it out of his hand, you see?
He's feeding a bird.
Like a teal duck right here with the white markings. What do we do?
The brother's getting hand fed. How the bird's going to jump in and
Yeah, we just saw the story on the kind of duck right here.
What's that brown?
Yeah, we just saw a story on that kind of duck. I don't know what it is.
Pretty dark. I'm going to take another.
I've been extremely fortunate to visit the area many times over the last 10 years. I think it's my first visit to the area, and I'll remember it all. And I was struck immediately by the part of the claim and how understated that everything I ever read or heard about the Antarctic was. It is true that it is, of course, the most popular spot on the planet. But at the same time, and to some degree this is somewhat ironic, it is the most beautiful, pristine place that one could possibly imagine.
They're still arguing, they're still having their... They're shaking their heads no, just like one's talking and the other...
I'll get to that in a minute. We're going to get over to a group of old men that are huddling, trying to decide what to do about this predicament.
But it's funny how one of them will shake their head no, just like we shake our head no if you watch him long enough. See him shake his head no? Like he won't have any part of what they're
We're all just
suggesting.
looking at each other like they're all a pickle. This is town meeting. I figure out what to do.
The scientist's mission is to conduct vital research and tell the world what we need to know before we do what's happening. Dr. William Evans explains why Dr. William Evans feels better.
He doesn't want to give a damn anymore. Oh well, we'll say goodbye to the pictures. So now we're getting ready for the whale show. Family Stadium. One of the whales in the holding area off stage. They come out the corner. Show us the started, but let's get the one back.
Well, thank you, everybody, and welcome to Shamu Stadium. On September 23rd, 1988, baby Shamu was born. And while her birth seems like only yesterday, we waited 25 years for that special day to arrive. And now, here to start off our baby Shamu celebration, along with whale trainer Kelly Van Bakken, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, our newest little star, baby Shamu.
Sounds like everybody's all excited about our baby Shamu celebration. So tell you what, why don't we give everyone a good look at a baby killer whale?
All right, Kelly, and while we do that, let's take a look at the physical characteristics that make killer whales unique. The most obvious is their size. They are huge. Reaching lengths up to 30 feet, they can weigh as much as 12,000 pounds. In fact, when baby Shamu was born, she was already 6.5 feet long and weighed 250 pounds. Now, you can't help but notice her striking black and white coloration. This disruptive pattern actually disguises her shape, possibly confusing some would-be prey. Well, now I have a question for all the children in the audience. How many of you think that baby Shamu is a fish? All right, how many of you think she is a mammal? Very good, because baby Shamu, like all whales and dolphins, is an air-breathing mammal that has adapted to live in the sea.
Well, Baby Shamu, why don't you go out there and give everyone a great big killer whale wave? Hello.
Right now, Baby Shamu is waving at you with her pectoral flipper. Although that flipper might appear featureless, if you were to look at an x-ray, you would see the elements of the foremans of land mammals and a bone structure a lot like that of a human hand. Now, all of these features and adaptations do more than ensure her survival in a harsh environment. Combined, they make killer whales the top predator of the sea. But probably the most important factor in their success as hunters is their unequaled ability to swim. Using their large, flat tail flukes, they can create an incredible amount of power and speed.
And now, here to show us how fast the killer whale can swim, the Shamu.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shamu. Killer whales can reach speeds of up to 30 miles an hour in the open ocean. But since most people don't get to see a killer whale in the open ocean, we can all watch as Shamu really pours on the speed. Well, as you can see, killer whales are powerful swimmers, but they're not confined to the water alone. In fact, it still amazes us that they have the strength to lift their entire body completely up and out of the water.
And we're not finished yet. I hope you folks sitting right about there are set. Time to get wet. And what are you guys laughing at? That's right, you're next.
So far today, we've given you just a glimpse of these incredible animals, but we feel the facts are clear. They're perfectly adapted for their life in the sea. They are giants, absolute masters of their world. Ladies and gentlemen, Shamu and Baby Shamu. As you can see, killer whales are spectacular animals, and we feel extremely fortunate to have Shamu, Namu, Kalina, and Baby Shamu here with us. Marine zoological parks like SeaWorld have the opportunity to not only entertain and educate the public, but to gain valuable scientific knowledge about these animals' physiology, behavior, and communication. Our greatest success has been the birth of 5 baby killer whales born to the SeaWorld family in the past 5 years. Now, this has given us a unique opportunity to learn about their reproduction, growth and development, and the interaction between mother and calf. Vital information that would otherwise go undetected in the wild. So you might wonder, how do we go about learning from these killer whales? Well, one of the first phases of learning is care. And in our efforts to provide the best care for them, we have developed training techniques that allow these animals to calmly accept routine examinations and perform various husbandry behaviors. Right now, along with whale trainer Curtis Lehman, I'd like to introduce to you the original Baby Shamu. Her name is Kalina. Now, she's going to demonstrate to us one of these husbandry behaviors. Now, this one is called a fluke present. Now, we've trained the whales to present to us their tail fluke. Not only can we inspect that area, we can actually withdraw a small blood sample to help monitor health and hormone levels and determine when a female is pregnant. Now, because the killer whale's body is covered with a thick blubber layer, the tail flukes are one of the few areas where the blood vessels lay close to the surface.
What we look for is the animal to remain calm through these behaviors. As you can see, Kalina's doing a very good job of this. Now, the information we gain would be impossible to attain from animals in the wild. They even help us care for beached or stranded animals. Well, once again, thank you, Curtis and Kalina. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Jim has Namu, Curtis has Kalina. They'll be out along the glass panels, so some of you can meet a...
Out here with Kalina, and I'm going to be here with Namu, and we're going to come out and meet some people in the crowd here. It's one of our favorite parts of the show here. So come right over here. Let me see here. Oh, here's a volunteer. You want to help me out? Okay, come on. There you go. Let's see. Why don't you put your hands out, wave them back and forth. Perfect. Look at that. Thank you. You can sit down now. Hey, Curtis, how you doing on the other side there? Well, I got my volunteer over here turning around in circles, and so is Kalina. We're going to try a couple other things. Why don't you do a big head shake yes? Can you see that, Kalina? Go ahead, try it one more time. There we go. Now stick your tongue out. Okay, Jim, I'm going to grab a couple more volunteers, and we're going to try to hands over the head behavior. Let's see. You wanted to do it, right? Come on down here. At the three, and when we get to three, just throw your arms over your head, but not till we get to... Not yet! Not yet. Okay, Jim, you sit over there. We're all set. Here we go, audience. Ready? And 1, 2, 3.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's Namu and Kalina. Well, there's a lot more to be learned from these animals. As baby
Are also doing on their own in between shows and in the back pool. Now, the slap makes a loud noise that can be heard for quite a distance, so it could be a form of communication between the whales.
Well, Curtis, can we demonstrate some of the other sounds that killer whales can make?
Sure, let's listen. Very good, Joanna.
Marine mammal training is a relatively new field. We've been training killer whales for only about 25 years. Now, in contrast, dogs and horses have been trained for hundreds of years. At SeaWorld, the training process provides our marine mammals with an environment that we believe is both mentally and physically conducive to the animal's health and well-being.
The killer whales at SeaWorld do not perform tricks. As a matter of fact, all the behavior you see the animals performing here at SeaWorld are extensions of natural activities, often observed in the... When they slide their bodies up on the standing beach with their eyes closed in pursuit of prey, such as seals, sea lions, and penguins.
The difference is here at SeaWorld, we ask the whales to perform a behavior on a hand or a tone signal. Rewarding desired behavior with positive reinforcement is the basis for training here at SeaWorld. Food, touch, and playtimes are a few of the various reinforcements we can use to reward these animals.
Now, we're often asked what happens when a whale doesn't do what we ask it to do. Well, if I request a particular behavior of Kalina, and she performs it incorrectly, I simply don't respond for a few seconds. After I disregard an incorrect behavior such as this several times, she would be less likely to repeat it. So we never force a situation, and we never punish an animal.
These positive reinforcement and concentration, relying on a relationship built on trust and respect. And as they swim together today, they're certain to learn something new of each other. And as we watch, we might just learn something ourselves.
Quest may be found far
so far into the pool. Now this will enable her to dive 36 feet down to the bottom. Focus your attention in the center of the pool. This is Selena. And believe it or not, Chandler has one more spectacular jump to show her. Now watch as he takes his diving jump. Now diving down to the bottom in a test of his speed, strength, and agility. Ladies and gentlemen, Shamu. You know, folks, there's an old saying that you learn something new every day. Nowhere is that more true than right here at Shamu Stadium. For us, the birth of baby Shamu is a brand new beginning. And for everything we learn, there are 1,000 more secrets to discover. Have a great day at SeaWorld, everybody. Bye-bye.
Dolphin pool and Larry's trying to get her head bitten on. These dolphins are just over here swimming around. Watching people.
Watch out for this one.
You can feed them, I guess, at certain times, but they won't sell food now because they say the animals are full. Now they gotta sell it. There's a guy who was crossing the last time. Huh? Oh, you lost it on the bird got it. Oh. Give me the fish.
Lisa, do you want to get in line?
Here we are now. They found the fish.
I've touched them. They feel kind of rubbery.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Dolphin Pool presented by Homestead Bank. My name is Norman. I'm part of the Education Department here at SeaWorld. And if you have any questions, feel free to come right up and ask. I'll be quite happy to try and help you out. I would like to remind you that the 12:15 Sea Lion and Otter Show is starting in just a few minutes. Sea Lion and Otter Stadium is just north of this exhibit down the path, and we do suggest you arrive at that show early in order to ensure a good seat. Once again, that's the 12:15 Sea Lion and Otter Show beginning in just about 10 minutes.
Well, we're gonna go to the otter show, right, dear? That was a big one, eh? The big one was there.
These are bottlenose dolphins you're looking at. They're called bottlenoses because of the unique shape of their rostrum area. However, that rostrum is not really their nose. The closest thing they have to a nose is the blowhole located on top of their head. That's where they do all of their breathing. Dolphins have very little, if any, sense of smell. That blowhole's not exactly like a nose either. Dolphins are found in all the oceans of the world. They don't migrate but stay more or less in one place. Bottlenose dolphins like these are found in warmer coastal waters. They eat fish, squid, and crustaceans, and can weigh between 300 and 4,000 pounds, and measure between 7 and 12 feet in length. Dolphins are highly social animals. They travel and hunt together in groups of about 15 called pods. Several pods may temporarily in the ocean, but they are marine mammals nevertheless. Like all mammals, they share five basic characteristics common with us. First of all, they're warm-blooded. That means they maintain a constant body temperature no matter what the air or water temperature may be. And that dorsal fin on the dolphin's back actually helps to regulate body temperature.
you be seated in the first 6 rows of our stadium, there is an excellent chance that you'll get wet. And to help ensure that all swabbies enjoy their voyage, we ask that there be no smoking while in this show area. And now, it's time for a story about pirates. Mr. Mime, hoist the Jolly Roger! Have a listen to our tale. That's amusing, we can't fail. Come and join the fun, it's just begun. The pirates will soon set sail.
They're a pirates, yes, it's true.
That's right.
And they're looking for a crew.
Quite. By the time they're done, they'll take anyone.
In Pirate Seymour too.
An unexpected oversight.
So we will.
Sail across the water, sea lion and otters. Never been an otter who was given her hand. So it's one for the head, and they swap the deck with the tail, then with their limbers.
These two and blubbery volunteers will make what lies ahead.
Those barking, blubbery buccaneers, the pirates of Pinafore. There's no denying every real sea lion is called the king of Every mate will wish he could be just as fishy as the pirates of Once upon a time, there was a fine and fearsome pirate ship, HMS Pinafore. For many years, she was the most notorious pirate ship on the high seas. The Pinafore had a fine and noble master, Captain Squid. The noble Captain Squid always robbed from the rich and gave to the poor, which led most of the crew to abandon ship. Only one crew member remained, the loyal first mate, Mr. Seymour. With the crew gone, the captain and Mr. Seymour were left with only the bilge rats for company, and Captain Squid with a sad tale to tell.
Oh, well, Mr. Seymour, here we are, the last crew aboard the once-feared HMS Pinafore. And what's even worse, we're down to our last bag of treasure. This is it, our last bag. That's all the money we have in the world.
Sailing over the bounding main. Mine, gold, treasure, jewels, I'll be rich. Money.
Well, now the bilge rats are stolen our last bag of treasure. We're flat broke. If only we had a crew, then we could set sail in search of the lost treasure of the Pirate King. We'd be rich beyond our wildest dreams. But who would be dumb enough to join up now? Who could possibly be dumb enough to join up now?
Luckily, there was someone dumb enough. A sailor by the name of Robin Thunder, and a sea lion named Clyde. More than anything in the world, they wanted to be pirates.
Wow, Clyde, take a look. Okay, Clyde, this is it. This is the HMS Pinafore. This is the ship that needs the crew. Come on, you and me, we're gonna be pirates. Hello, pirates. Hello, is anybody?
Arrgh! What did you want?
Permission to come aboard, sir.
Sure. Now what do you want?
Hi, my name's Robin Thunder.
Charm.
This is my good friend Clyde.
Put it there, Clyde.
Well, Clyde and I, we really, truly want to be pirates.
become pirates, there will be only two ways you can do it. Number one, do you have any treasure?
Oh, yeah, we sure do. We have this small bag of gold. This is our life savings. This is all the money we have in the world.
Well, now the village has stolen your last bag of treasure. The only way you two can become pirates is by taking the PSAT.
The PSAT.
Aye, the Pirate Skills and Emissions Test. Thank you. Mr. Clyde, I suggest you go below to warm up. My first mate, Mr. Seymour, will demonstrate the test, and then Clyde can give it a try. So pay close attention, Miss Poindexter. You'll observe the test for Clyde. Mr. Seymour, report to the deck. Now, the first skill all pirates must have is the ability to swim, and my first mate will demonstrate. Mr. Seymour, if you're all set, carry on. Attaboy, Mr. Seymour. Very nice. But now you've got to come all the way back. Let's see it. Excellent job, my first mate. Excellent indeed. But of course, all pirates must also be familiar with the handling of cannonballs. And Mr. Seymour just happens to be an expert. Now he's going to make his way all the way up to the ship's fantail for the start of the next test. All right, Mr. Seymour, all the way up to the end, and I'll toss you up one of my highly explosive cannonballs. Okay, Seymour. Now catch. Let's see it. And now, Mr. Seymour, gain a little speed and take that cannonball all the way up and over the bar. Excellent job, my first mate. Yes, that was excellent indeed. And now that you've finished, you may go below and you may resume your duties. Thanks a lot, Mr. Seymour. Well, Miss Plunder, I hope that you were paying close attention as Clyde was now perform that exact same test. Mr. Clyde, report to the deck. Very well, the deck is yours.
All right, now, Clyde, the first part of this test was swimming. You know how to swim, don't you? All right, I thought so. Well, let's see that swim. All right, Clyde. All the way back.
Now, wait just a minute. That wasn't anything like Seymour's swim test.
Oh, well, we'll do better on the next part.
I hope so.
All right, Clyde, now, next part of this test is all the way up on that fantail. So I tell you what, make your way up there. Good luck. All right, now let's see here. Now I got to pass up one of these highly explosive cannonballs. All right, Clyde, here you go. You got to get the right on the end of your nose. Okay. Go. What's the matter, Clyde? You're not scared, are you? Okay, Clyde. Come on, you and I, we gotta be pirates. Now be brave and jump. All right, Captain, he's got the ball. All right, Clyde, you gotta build up a lot of speed. You gotta make it all the way up and over the bar. And now, the great big boat, just like Seymour. Well, Captain, what do you say? Do we pass?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
Come on, Captain, we want to be pirates. What do you say?
Oh, you silly people. This is my ship. violate the pirate's oath. Rule number 1, never go near the large cannon on the bow. And rule number 2, never, ever touch the cargo release lever. Get it? Got it. Good. Mr. Seymour, report to the deck. It's time for the pirate's oath. Now I'm going to need everybody to raise their right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
State your name.
Do promise to obey the captain and be loyal to the ship.
Do promise to obey the captain and be loyal to the ship.
Excellent. Now everyone say arr! Very nice. Now that you're all officially members of the crew, I can tell you the goal of our voyage. Now, the goal of the journey of the HMS Pinniped will be to set sail in search of the lost treasure of the Pirate King, which has been missing for over 100 years. Now, my first mate, Mr. Seymour, is in possession of 1/2 of the map to the treasure. The other half of the map has been missing along with Seymour's long-lost brother. Now, Seymour's half of the map shows that the treasure lies buried somewhere in the mysterious Thousand Islands. Yeah. And if necessary, we're going to search each and every one. So lads in the winds that are back in the little pirate's luck, the treasure will be ours! Thank you, thank you. And now, the HMS Pinniped will set sail! Mr. Rhyme, weigh anchor! Mark, you and Clyde, hoist the sail!
The good ship Pinniped set sail in search of the lost treasure of the Pirate King. The new crew members, however, found it difficult to adjust to life on the high seas.
Feeling the money green, are you, lads? Well, buck up. What you two need is a nice cold can of Pepsi!
Who's that?
Well, Cynic said us call for a celebration. Let's all drink up. That's enough. Okay, now it's time for a pirate party!
Having a pirate party, having pirate fun. I'm going to feel it hard, yo ho, and yo ho, 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 yo ho. Having a pirate party, having pirate fun. I'm going to feel it hard, yo ho, and yo ho. Having a pirate party, having pirate fun. I'm going to feel it hard, yo ho, and yo ho.
Well, men, that was exhilarating. But now it's time for Seymour and I to go below to plot a course. Why don't you two stay here and, clean out the dirty stern cannon?
All right, Captain. I'll tell you what, Clyde. You pick up all those fish. Boy. All right, why don't you go wait over there on that bridge? All right, I tell you what, let's see. There's something in this stern cannon. Looks pretty dirty. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no, it's one of those bilge rats. Hey, you, watch out. Oh, no, it's got one of those highly explosive cannonballs. Bam! thing you were thinking, and you threw that cannonball to the captain, because, well, he's the captain now. He's going to know what to do with a live cannonball. Oh, man, you're really smart. Okay, Clark, what is it? Are you serious? You're not. Well, look anyways.
That's pretty good. You want a fish? Now I've got you. Hey, give me that. Wait. Mr. Clyde, get out here now. Amen. Okay, Mr. Clyde, come over here. For crimes committed against the captain of this ship, I hereby condemn you to walk the plank. Now, Mr. March.
The situation's getting harder. Soon the plank will teeter totter. You'll be in the drink, so stop and think. Clyde, how long can you tread water?
Well, Mr. Clyde, before you walk the plank, do you have any last words? Oh, then, go ahead. Mr. Clyde, aren't you through yet? Okay, go ahead. Mr. Clyde, I know exactly what you're trying to do, and stalling is just not going to help you. Now, Mr. Jeff! Seymour, thank you so much for saving my life. That little Billchat ran right by me, and all they did was laugh. You are the best first mate I have ever had. As a matter of fact, I think I'll give you the rest of the day off. I can see that makes you very happy. Well, why don't you go below and put your flippers up? Thanks a lot. Well, that was the final straw. Miss Plunder, Mr. Clyde, all hands on deck. Now. Oh, the two of you have proven to be unfit pirates and a disgrace to this ship. Furthermore, Mr. Clyde has committed several acts of mutiny against the captain of this ship. Therefore, it is my decision you both be immediately dismissed.
Oh, dismissed. Oh, it's okay, Clyde. Here, you can blow your nose on your favorite handkerchief. There you go.
That handkerchief, where did you get it?
Well, Clyde's had this ever since he was just a baby.
Let me see it.
All right.
Why, this is it. This is the missing half of the treasure map.
Well, that means...
That Clyde and Seymour are brothers.
And now that we have the map,
We can find the treasure! Let's take a look here. Aha! Clyde's half of the map shows that the treasure lies buried somewhere on Skull Island. If only we could find Skull Island.
Whew, what was that?
Land ho, Captain! It's Skull Island! Well, isn't that special? Let's take a look here. Aha! It's the sight feared and splendor. The island seems to be populated by a strange-looking band of natives. Those are the strangest looking natives I've ever seen. Miss Plunder, you're gonna have to go ashore in search of the Pirate King. This looks like it could be dangerous, so Clyde and I'll stay on board ship where it's safe. Good luck.
All right, let's see here. Now, it's supposed to be somewhere on this map. Oh, dear. I can't make heads and tails of this map. I guess it's got to be out here somewhere. But, oh, maybe it goes this way. No? All right, well, I tell you what. How about you guys? Can you guys help me out? Does anybody see a clue anywhere? Is there any kind of clue? Over here. I didn't see one this week, you guys. I didn't see one there. There's got to be a better clue than that. Is it over here? Hey, what's the big idea? You coming out here and squirting down all these nice natives? That wasn't fair. All right, now who do you think you are, anyways? I hate that part. Hey, everybody, guess what? It's the Pirate King!
Well, Your Majesty, I can hardly believe my eyes. Is that really you? Well, now that you're here, why don't you greet all of you loyal subjects with a nice big kiss?
Oh, see, now that's the Pirate King. It looks like our voyage is complete.
That's right, Miss Plunder. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of SeaWorld and Pepsi, hope you enjoyed our pirate story. Have a great day in the park, everyone. Bye-bye.
We're watching Sky something, Sky Ride or Sky Link, whatever they call it. Spend the Tower at SeaWorld in San Diego. We're about getting ready to say bye. Finish out the morning here when we get the 1:30 bus back to our hotel, get the car. Do a little exploring around the outside, outskirts of San Diego. It's beautiful. Sunday afternoon. spoke too soon. Laurie had to have a picture taken with us. Henry. As soon as he happens, he's San Diego. Yeah, well, he's just on the children over there. Yeah, the children. Mr. Penguin. I'll try to get over closer. Wait a minute. Hey, who's that penguin with my wife? We're up here at Point Loma.
Second most visited national monument in the United States after Statue of Liberty.
Would you believe it?
No, I've got to go see what it is. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's Codillo Monument, is that it? For the guy who, John Codillo or something, who discovered California in 1500 something. And it's I guess there's a national house up the hill here. We're going to go see it right now. Let's go down to the visitor center, Cabrillo. What, dear?
Sister, no.
Laurie was pointing out that this is Cabrillo National Monument. And Laurie's pointing out hibiscus. Hibiscus in bloom. Hibiscus in bloom. We're at the lookout point now, looking out into the San Diego Bay. Sailboat going by. Stand on over to San Diego. So, let me get better position here. The buildings I think I'm looking at now, the town of Coronado. Hand to the left, you see. Essentially a high ridge structure that runs along this kind of black road that leads back to the city of San Diego. And up close, that's a real scary looking bridge. Carries you from San Diego over the harbor into Coronado. As I see in front of that, I think I'm looking back at the town. Where we're staying in a hotel. Anyway, now I've got myself in a different position of picking up San Diego's downtown. We're coming over to what I think is a submarine station here. There's a lot. San Diego's a big military naval base. We drove over here on Nimitz Drive. Went past Rosencrantz Cemetery. It looked like row on row of caution. Landers Field, where I come. Anyway, let's look down into the San Diego Harbor.
I saw that and the city.
Some interesting mountain formations on the horizon, too. Even there you can see some very unusual profile of the mountain range in the sky. And that got to a point that ends in the Pacific Ocean. We go further right, getting into a monument that I think is a monument of Rio. Probably walk over there. Sitting right at a promontory point of land. Overlooking the harbor. As we came out to this point, we traveled over a tract of land which pretty well demonstrates the fact that San Diego is an arid kind of a country. They get their water from the Colorado River north. And what they don't water doesn't get water too much. You can see that this is pretty scrubby vegetation. And Laurie pointed out that's the, by the way, the submarine station, a little different view of it. Some warships, I guess. Laurie pointed out that there's very few lawns around here. Most of it is ground cover and scrub. Probably scrub is the word, but whatever. So in many ways, this is pretty wild country. Just on our way up to the lighthouse that marks this, I guess that's the trademark of this monument. Notice the ground formation on the sand. Sand or what is it? It's being very stable. And that's the place where we're headed. That I guess is the signature structure here in this particular national park. Now look at the sky over the Pacific Ocean. Looks like we're not going to get much of a sunset to look at tonight. It's very cloudy and overcast. It's sunny all day too, all of a sudden very cloudy. We're standing on a height here looking down where the Pacific Ocean starts. The point of land that the lighthouse overlooks, that's part of the Rio National Park. I don't expect it's working now.
Must have shifted, huh?
Yeah, it's getting cool. Trying to see if we get a better look at the land line, the mountain line position. Looks back across San Diego.
Now you're getting that black smoke.
Pick up the black smoke, smog. Nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live in that smog.
We are driving over the Coronado, San Diego Bay Coronado Bridge, which, honest to God, is the tallest bridge. Just a minute. That's it behind us. It is so enormously high that it's absolutely scary to go over it. Okay, here we are over in Coronado, and there's, we've overshot what we were looking for, but meanwhile gave us a view to see this bridge. I don't know if you can't imagine how high it is from these pictures, but what a sight.
Well, we're here in Coronado, and we just finished eating this Mexican village. This happens to be the very same restaurant we ate at in 1984 when we were here in Coronado. It took us a while to find it, but we did, and it was same great Mexican food that it was then. I'm going to pan over to the right, and as I do, you can see that we're basically right across the river from downtown San Diego, and right in there is really the area where our hotel is. So, you can almost look, feels like you can almost throw a coin over to where our hotel is. Sun is starting to set, seeing some pink streaks in the sky. That's the sky looking west, pink streaks. Not exactly a beautiful sunset. So long from Coronado.
Richard, well, we do this no matter where we are on the face of this earth. We will...
Who are you talking to?
No, it's only 7 o'clock. He doesn't have to come. I'm talking to Eunice in Portland, Maine.
Are you really?
Yes, that's who I am.
Well, I ought to wrap up this tape then.
Yeah, wrap up this tape. We took a tape yesterday. You and Phil would like to see it. Mama, I'm sure. And those SeaWorld things, oh, they were so good. Those shows were super, honest to God. You just flip out. Those great big huge whales and everything, oh, they jumped 26 feet in the air. You had 1,200 pounds, Eunice. You ever tried lifting your leg out of...
On Mission Bay Park, San Diego. Looking at the Pacific Ocean from the top of the sand dunes. This is an area where there's a lot of surfers. Maybe not a lot, but some surfers are out here catching a wave. These waves don't look all that big today. I guess that's a bunch of surfers over there. Comes one coming in from the effort. And I think way out at the end of that spit out there is some kind of a big foghorn. I think it's showed on the map. And then over there is the Pacific Ocean. We are supposed to get some really great sunsets. Although today the sun is hiding behind a cloud. And it isn't clear. It isn't really clear that we're going to get a good sunset today. I'm staying on the same sand dune. I'm going to pan back over to Mission Bay, back into a look at San Diego sitting on the other side of the bay. Give an idea of the perspective we get from here. By the way, these are the sand dunes that border this area that I had to climb up on top of to take the last pictures. And the whole beach is ringed with these 4 foot high sand walls. So tell us where we are, honey.
Well, unfortunately, we're here in Old Town San Diego before all the shops open, which is not exactly my cup of tea, but we thought we'd show everybody in Maine what the old San Diego used to look like.
Also, this is a place where you left me stranded 6 years ago, right?
Oh, stop.
This is true. 6 years ago we were here. We look around and see some of the buildings, the cutest little stores you ever saw. And we had agreed to meet here after I was going to play a little golf and Laurie's going to go shopping. And I sat in one corner in one of those places in there for over an hour waiting for her, trying to decide whether to call the police or not. So this brings a lot of memories back. San Diego cactus. You got it going?
Here's Dick, and he's in the garden standing next to this, I think it's a prickly pear cactus. Look at how tall it is, and he said it stinks, but I think it's the flower that, you can't see it, but there's a flower low down close to the ground.
It feels pretty healthy. It feels
nice and fleshy.
nice fleshy, yeah.
It hasn't had any rain for a couple of weeks at least, so.
And its spines are sharp, too.
Yeah.
Little needles.
This
There's
is
a
a.
smell here. What's the smell? I think down in here there's something. Is this the flower?
Yeah, that's the flower down there. It's yellow. It's yellow or something like that.
Yeah, it's yellow.
All right, we're gonna go on now. In here is an old-time mercantile store with the barrels filled with everything. It's one of the few shops open, so I'm going here.
Well, there she goes. She wasn't kidding. We went to the Wonderland. Laurie in Wonderland. We're still in Old Town, and now we've just come across this bunch of bougainvillea trees.
Bougainvillea.
Bougainvilleas.
Didn't even know they grew in tree form. I thought maybe bushes, I've seen them, but those things are quite tall. They're beautiful. They just drape and cascade over.
Yeah.
God, they're
This
pretty.
weather is kind of a bummer, though, isn't it?
No, I get sick of so much sun and nice weather. I couldn't stand it after a while.
And what do we got here, dear?
I don't know. Maybe it's a California lilac. It's about 1.5 to 2 inches long. They're little purple tubes. They have no smell to them at all. Can't be in the lilac family. But they got a leaf similar to a lilac.
Yeah, and the trunk system looks a bit
Yeah.
like that, too. Kind of olive green stuff, too.
Don't know what it is.
Now we're coming to the area where I was actually deserted last time. A bunch of shops in shops that Laurie and I were going to meet at.
Yeah, but there was plenty for you to drink and sit there. It's not like I left you stranded in a museum or something. You know?
I was afraid for your life.
Oh, right. You were afraid that I was going to spend too much money being out.
I was trying to get a little closer to you. It looks like inside. I was sitting at the gate of Bazaar del Mundo.
Which is closed and I can't get in.
Lowe's and Laurie can't get in. There's a horseman out of some kind of a bush pulling a cart. It's really a pretty little bazaar area with a lot of little shops inside, umbrellas, places to eat Mexican food. In fact, over here's a map of the bazaar area. And it was in here that I was stranded last night.
All right, you've told him enough about being stranded. Go.
On our way out of Old Town, we come across this person here that seems to be giving a lecture of some kind. Touring group. Standing in front of what's called the newspaper museum, apparently. And she's obviously in costume for an earlier period. And she certainly has Laurie's attention, as you can see. And we'll keep moving. This is a church on the edge of Old Town that we're looking at. That Laurie thinks must capture what, Pete?
The old look of Old San Juan, or
Look of Old San Juan.
San Diego, during the Spanish.
You can see also in the background up there, I'm pointing up the hill. I think that's called Presidio Hills that overlooks the old town. Pretty high point around here. We'll probably try to take a ride up there in a few minutes to see what things look like from the top.
Sorry. We'll be gone in a moment. That's all right.
Here's another one of the costume people. I guess this must be a tour, huh? Well, it looks like the tour buses are starting to arrive the way it looks. People are disembarking from buses with tour guides. Anyway, we managed to move out of that area and up the hill a little bit. I'm trying to get another shot of how the Presidio Hills overlooks this part of town. Get a little flavor of the foliage and the architecture. We're walking down a little alleyway now, going to some little shop, and Laurie tells me that little tree growing along the side, these little trees are jade trees. And she says down into the California blue jay. We'll take a walk down and take a look at it. Never gonna get there? Bring him over here, I got the camera in one distance.
You're quite pretty, you are. Yes, you
You
are.
see the blue jay in this picture?
You see
A
him?
little closer, I can see it, there he goes.
Isn't he the
Where is
most,
he now?
down on the ground, isn't he the most beautiful
Down on the
blue? Maybe it's an indigo something, because he's bluer than our blue jay. Got a little gray band. Take a close-up. Go in, zoom in on him, see if we can
Yeah,
identify him
trying
when we get home.
Close as I can get.
Because he doesn't have a tuft.
Where's he
He's
now?
eating some berry that's fallen off his bushes.
No, I guess he's gone.
This is where I walked.
Okay.
This whole area in here is where I came 6 years ago. It's the Cottage Gallery, and it's a creative artist co-op. And everything in here is handmade or hand done. And I got some really cute things. And unfortunately, it's not rat.
This is where she was when I was waiting for her patiently in the Bazaar del Mundo a little ways away, thinking she had been kidnapped. The airplanes, the airport is right in town, right in the middle of downtown. So the planes go back and forth all the time.
Cinnamon, those are cinnamon sticks, and what they've done is they've put,
We're looking through a window, by the way, so it's a little hard to...
they've got, put white glue and let it dry to form his beard, and then put snow on it, and then painted eyes, nose, and mouth. The top of the cinnamon stick is painted red, and there's a little
We got the picture of it, you're on the camera.
I know, but I want to remember how it's done. And then a little sprig of greens around the band on his hat. Oh my God, if that isn't the cutest idea, I could make 1 million of those for Nora's shop. Look.
Well, we're sort of up near the top of that Mission Hills or Presidio Hills or whatever that we talked about before. I'm going to show you some tall pine trees here. Here's some. These are about the tallest pine trees we've ever seen. You can probably tell from this. Not palm trees we're talking to. Say pine trees. They're really up there in the air. Trying to run down the trunk of it compared to the houses. Now I'm looking across the street at another bunch of them. Palm trees must go, I don't know, 40 feet in the air maybe? Way above the top of the houses. Anyway, this is really a pretty street. This gives you a flavor of San Diego suburbs. Houses are close together. Most of them are very nicely manicured. But the grass is not exactly lush like it is in New Jersey. Anyway, we're heading back down to the bottomless Old Town to try to pick up one of those little gifts before we hit the airport. One of those little Santa Clauses. We'll see how it goes.
How do you want to see no property? I'll show you no property.
Well, here's the thing, is this house should be probably worth $1 million.
Maybe even more. Look at that. That's a ton of property for out here. Say,
See, you see all that property there?
Look at the rooms in it.
A lot of rooms. Nice clean lawn. Sure.
What is it? The shiny of the...
I think somebody just moved into it.
It turns out that we're going up the hill and saw all these Victorian-looking places with so much land around them. I said, this can't be freestanding houses in California. When we came back down, we stopped and looked, and it turns out it's a bed and breakfast. That's the inn right there. And there's shops and galleries and everything along in this Heritage Park, and it's all been done like Victorian America. I don't know if you can see the freeway down there, but it's a little smoggy in the city today. But we're quite high up in the hills. People have a nice view, a nice breeze up here. This is the picture I just took. It's the Heritage Park Travel Service Heritage Park shop right here. And I'll stop and go to the other side of the street, and there's a hacienda. Over here on the other side of the street is a really pretty Spanish hacienda up in the hills. It goes way back in there where guests can stay. They don't want to stay in one of the traditional hotels.
Well, in case this looks familiar, we're back down in the Old Town area. Looking back up the hills that we just came from, and we just got some pictures up there Lori took. And you probably realize why we're back here. Yeah, she had to go to that shop and get a Santa Claus just last minute before heading up to the airport. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to sign off here. I got a feeling this will probably be our last shot from San Diego. Wishing nothing to